everyone! We are such pros over here in this house. Welcome, everyone. Please check out all of the links, which are currently being spammed in the chat by the bot. Yeah, there's things like I hear a Renee. Yes, you do. There's also places you can find us socially, places you can go to support us, sponsor information. Big thank you to Mage Hand Press and Bird and the Storm Publishing who make this all possible. We also have a whole bunch of stores where you can get 10 to 15% discount codes. And in this instance, I was recently speaking to some of our sponsors, and our codes aren't being used very much. So, but when we stream, there are spikes in activity on their website. So it looks like people are using the website but not using the codes. Please use the codes. It really helps us out. If you feel like you're supporting more, that's also valid. But I don't know. Give us a shout out or something. I don't know, something. Hi, everyone. That's my random tangent of the day. I've got wonderful streamers around me. I should go and talk to them. Let's talk to them. Let's start beneath us and say hi to Benishka. Oh, hi, Benishka.
Oh, hi. I'm Benishka on Twitter, and I'm here Wednesday nights and as a viewer whenever I can. So we're going to have a great time.
Indeed we are. Short, sweet, succinct. Thank you. Next around, Kelly.
Oh, hi. I'm Kelly. Kelly Lane on Twitter. Kelly in chat. I'm here Mondays, Wednesdays. I'm on Wandering DM on Saturdays. I write articles for Scrat's Patreon. They're free. You should read them. Renee also does too. They posted one today.
Thank you. Yes. All of those things. Next around, we welcome Captain Fake Eye.
Hello, I'm Captain Fake Eye on Twitter, and I'm very excited to play Masks tonight.
Wow, we are so efficient today.
Well, I'm like, wow. Okay, last but most certainly not least, it's Renee, and it might be a special day.
Hi, I'm Renee, and it's my birthday.
Woo!
That's it. That's all I had to say. Just kidding, actually. There's more. Edenfall auditions. Tonight's the last night if you want to get your audition in for Edenfall podcast, which will be adapting the show I'm here for after this, which I will still be here because we're going to celebrate Eden birthdays and have a lot of cake and do some real cute stream scenes. So
that I just realized that looks like I only had a small slice of cake and that it's a reasonable amount of cake. That was half a cake, so well, great. Who would like to do the recap for last week?
I wasn't here for half of it.
I'll do it. Okay. So last week we glimpsed scenes from all of our characters' backgrounds. We started out with Lila, who as a young hero, unbeknownst to her, had a love of horses, but always tended to hear some of the controversies surrounding superheroes and licensing from her family, who had very strong opinions both ways, actually. Most notably was her grandfather's opinion, and as she visited her ill grandfather in the hospital, he gifted her with a ring that changed her life forever. Cut to the Descent and the Ascension, whose names I just forgot. Serena and Alyssa. I got this, don't worry. It's my character and my sister. We're off to a strong start today. They had a very rocky start to heroing, and it included cutting a lot of friendships out of their lives. Serena's best friend, Maddie, has been very concerned for a long time, and Serena isn't sure exactly how to resolve their friendship in that situation. And Alyssa just stopped talking to people in general. We saw kind of what happened when Alyssa went for a hike on family vacation and ended up swimming in a mysterious pool. And Serena had to pull her limp body out of the water, afraid that her sister would not be breathing. But they managed to escape with their lives and have been trying to figure out how to balance life and hero stuff since. And then we also saw a glimpse into other name. I'm so sorry, Faye. What is your character's name? I'm bad at memory today. Jillian. Dang it. Okay. We saw a glimpse into Jill's life. 2 glimpses. In fact, one where Super Hats Jonathan Dalkey, who for some reason I remember his name, Jonathan Dalkey asked Jill to prom. Like, what? How amazing is that? It was super cute and very silly. One of those conversations they'll laugh about many years from now, we hope. But then we also saw Jill exhibiting her strength for the first time when she threw her friend Sue, I think, for a basket toss. And Sue took a very long time to come back down out of the sky. They've all kind of had interesting starts to their powers and then found themselves all together at a diner while Serena worked, learning more about the Demonomicon and what they might ought to do next. Oh, and then we saw like a super creepy scene at the end because something fishy's going on with Undertow and some other dude who I don't remember, but was there.
Neutral Chaos?
Neutral Chaos, yes. Thank you. See? Names.
I thought that was very succinct. I love the way that you did Jill's recap as though Alyssa and Jonathan Dalkey had never met. That was super cute.
Alyssa and Jonathan Dalkey never met. So cute. Who are we shipping? I don't know.
So rude. Just disrespectful at this point. Can you take over my day job? Maybe. Is that wise is the question. Hi everyone. Just Because You Can, episode 3. We're going to skip forward a little bit because, do you know what, everyone? Actually, maybe we won't skip forward. You decided you were going to go and hunt things and stuff, but also, I get this lovely image as you leave the diner that it's like 1:30 a.m. and you have school tomorrow.
I'm down with that.
Let's go straight to that scene as you leave the diner.
I think the bell rings as we open the door. Okay. Plan. Meet up after school tomorrow. Head to the library.
The strip or the library?
We mentioned both.
We did.
Either's fine with me.
I only remember the strip because we had to explain to Scrat what that was and that nobody was taking off their clothes.
It was quite confusing for just a second.
Yeah. Okay. Where are we meeting? Just parking lot outside the front office?
Let's do the parking lot and then we can all carpool to whichever one we decide.
I have to meet Maddie for a milkshake.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure that out. We can take the bus. Yeah.
Yeah, we could take the bus.
And then I can just text you where you guys end up. Or I can just text you, Alyssa, where you guys end up, and I can meet you after.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, ready, break.
I'll drive everybody home.
Alyssa's already walking to the car.
Okay, well, let's wind forward on that then, unless there's anything else that anyone would like to do. Great.
Yeah.
In that case, I feel like there should be a roll for getting up on time.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Let's.
Can we get advantage for like mom?
Maybe like mundane is
wow. I was gonna say mundane's definitely the skill, but wow, Kelly, going straight for the orphans and singling them out. I mean, oof.
I meant like mom wakes us up in the morning waiting for school. Oh my god, I'm not a terrible person, I swear.
Yes, you all have parents, I guess. So all of you can get a plus. Not a big plus though. I don't think they're gonna. You can decide your plus. It's between 1 and 3. You get actually between 0 and 2 even. You get +2 if your parents are particularly supportive. +1 if they are, but they have things to do, and a +0 if they're likely to be like, well, it's their life.
So, because I failed, and I kind of want to own that, I'm going to say that Mom and I have had a conversation before where, like, I will get up in my own time. Do not come and wake me up unless it is 15 minutes before school, before I need to leave, and I'm not awake and downstairs. And so she took that to heart, but then every time I do oversleep and it's like 15 minutes before I need to be downstairs and at school, especially since I think I said I had swim practice today before school, Mom comes in and is like, hey, sweetie, it's 15 minutes before you have to go. I don't know if you have swim practice today. And it's like, shoot. I gotta go. So I'll throw everyone else did so well. So I'll just
There's
throw
an
a
important
t-shirt on
question.
and put my hair in a ponytail and go.
A very important question here. Serena, do you put up with Alyssa's bullshit as much as her mother does? Oh, that long decision. We can go to other people first if you want time to think.
No. I think that Alyssa and tries to get Serena up, but she knows it's kind of Serena tries to get Alyssa up, but she knows it's kind of pointless. Because she just like I can imagine like there was a long year of like Serena trying to get Alyssa up for school every day and like Alyssa throwing a pillow at her head.
Yeah.
But,
And so she like, but she'll wait for her to get in the car. So she's not gonna like leave her at home.
Okay, so Alyssa,
To, like,
I will give.
walk to school.
Fair. In that case, then, Alyssa, I will give the narrative back to you. Renee also being
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Alyssa. Names.
So I bet Serena is already sitting out in the car with it running.
Yeah,
Like-
I think grabs swim bag, grabs messenger bag, literally puts on a t-shirt, like kind of trips into her jeans and slips on some shoes. And then like they're called like scaries. And runs downstairs, runs out to the car, is like doing her hair in a ponytail as she goes, kind of loses her shoe on the stairs, like coming down the front to the driveway, and has to like go back, put it back on, and then trip over to the car door. And then she like slides in, puts her bag down, and says, "Sup?"
I'm guessing you don't have lunch again.
Shoot. No,
And
I can run back in and get it.
she's going to open her wallet and take out like 8 singles from her tips the night before and like hand them to Alyssa.
Single.
And just put the car and drive.
Quick
You are the
smash
best
cut.
sister ever.
Quick smash cut to the kitchen counter where we can see the 2-day-old sandwich, because we also talked about this yesterday, sitting on the side, going moldy as all hell. Smash cut back to the car. Carry on.
Thank you. I'm so sorry. I will pay you back. Eventually,
You don't have a job.
but I turn 16 in a couple weeks. I can get a job then.
You don't have a car.
Well, I'll figure that out. I one step at a time. Job, car, swim, school. We'll figure it out. I promise I will pay you back.
Okay. Drive.
So everyone else has resounding successes. In fact, all of you have 12s. Everyone left. So I guess you will make the bus on time and everything. Wake up on time. You maybe have a patron in someone called Scratticus or something like that. Would either of you like to go first? Describe your little morning routine.
Sure. Lila will wake up to her alarm and kind of groan and roll over and just kind of fall out of bed, literally kind of like just like roll out, kind of stumble through the house with her mom kind of like in the background being like, don't forget your lunch, don't forget your sweatshirt. Do you have practice today? No? Okay. Will you be back after school? No, I'm going out with some friends. I'll see you later tonight, okay? And she like closes the door behind her and walks off to the bus stop.
Yeah, and you'll hear, the appropriate response from behind, from back there. You generally supportive, I suppose. Sure, you can get on the bus. How does this look, Lila? Is it your normal getting on the bus alone, looking on Twitter, or is there anyone that you would like to interact with on the bus?
She's one of the first people on the bus. So she is on Twitter, because that's kind of like, or Flitter, because that's normally what we do.
Flitter, that was it.
But she's kind of, I think Julian rides the same bus. I think that's what we said. So she's looking on her phone and she's trying to wait and see which stop Julian's at, because she doesn't actually remember. She hasn't paid a whole ton of attention before, but now she wants to know when Julian gets on the bus.
Okay. And Flitter's pretty boring this morning. It's one of them days where, there's not any big news articles about any superheroes or anything like that. It's back to some drama, which probably actually happened about a few days ago, but has only just made its way to the surface now, as everyone realizes. Not your best browsing. But soon we will come to the stop where Jillian is, and of course, I think, Jillian, didn't we say that your friends are often on the bus before you?
Yes. Had a little trouble unmuting my mic.
You're fine. So then, Lila, you'll also see the people that Jillian often hangs out with get on the bus before we get to Jillian's stop.
She kind of looks at them and realizes that Jillian's probably going to sit with them, because that's typically what she does, of course. And she's trying to come up with if there's a way that she can reasonably move seats to be kind of behind that group. See if there's any way she can do it without really kind of drawing attention to it. Kind of looking around, is there anything weird on this seat? She can kind of like get up and mutter and be like, oh, somebody spilled soda or something.
This definitely feels like a mundane role. Okay, so an 8, that's a success. A success with, some drawbacks. What would you like to have found? No, I know what it is. Sure. Yeah, there's gum on the seat. It's on your clothes.
Oh, gross.
You found some gum, all right?
Gross.
Okay, so she'll look down and be like, oh, there's somebody left gum on this seat. And then kind of look down and realize it's actually true. And kind of like swear a little bit under her breath, just a little bit, like mutter. Look around and slide across the aisle to the seats right behind the cheerleading group and try to like get the gum off her seat, off her pants.
Yeah. I don't think I can ever play those cheerleading NPCs again because you all played them so well last week. But they're kind of they're not really saying anything majorly interesting to you at the moment. They're talking about routines and all of that sort of thing. They're talking about practice last night. Some of them were wondering where Jillian was. I didn't see her after school. And soon we arrive at Jillian's stop. Jillian, as you get on the bus, you can see your friends, and you can see directly behind them is Lila.
I think usually what happens is like Sue and Jessica will probably be sitting together, and is that her name?
I thought it was Sarah.
It's probably Sarah, isn't it? It is Sarah.
Oh. She's that one girl in the group that no one remembers her name.
I know. Oh gosh. Sure. Sue and Sarah are sitting together, and Billy is probably, he's like taking up a whole seat to himself, and he like has his arm over the chair, kind of like this, hoping that Jillian will like sit where his arm is. And so she avoids him and sits with Lila.
And he's like, hey, I'm not that bad. We nearly went to the prom just the other week.
I was never going to go to the prom with you. Oh my God.
Missing out on the best time you could have had, Jillian. Although, thinking about it, it's going to be quite entertaining. Never mind.
What are you trying to say? I'm so excited. I'm going with Jonathan Dalkey. Don't pretend like you're not jealous.
And like he gets out a bottle of water and he's like, oh hi Jillian.
I think she like gets a little angry, and she like tries to play slap the water bottle out of his hand, but she like really like Jillian slaps the water bottle out of his hand.
I think we'll do a freak roll, where the higher the roll is, the more controlled your use of power is.
Okay. What did I roll?
You rolled
gosh.
a complete miss.
Oh no.
Everyone does have a re-roll from last week, I'll remind you.
No, I think this will be really funny.
Okay. So, as you slap this water bottle out of his hand, the water bottle goes flying across the bus, and
Can it fly out the window?
That's what I was thinking, actually. I think it might shatter the window to the door of the bus, as it just goes sailing straight through.
Did you slap his hand off?
I mean, he's certainly looking at you like...
Don't make fun of me!
In fact, the bus stops.
Oh, jeez.
And the bus driver gets out and is just like, everyone get down, we're under some sort of attack.
Oh my gosh! This is too real in America. Oh my gosh.
And still, Billy is just looking at you, Jillian, like...
The actual
Literally.
Has water like sprayed everybody on the bus? Is that like because the water bottle was open?
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say there's a direct line from you to the door, so the water will be almost pointing an arrow towards you, in its trail towards this this glass door that's broken.
Okay, I'm assuming that everyone just turns around and like sees what like tries to look where the water bottles come from, and like Jillian's like the only person still standing on the bus.
Yeah, I think it's actually the driver. They're looking at the water, and as it points to you, and he's like, "Are you okay? Did you get hit?"
No. Who threw that water bottle? That was really scary.
Isla just kind of rolls her eyes and like sinks down in the seat.
And I think Jill like very slowly also sits down.
Water bottle? What in the heck? And goes and looks outside, and indeed finds this shattered remains of a water bottle amongst the glass, and sort of scratches his head. Well, kids, I don't know exactly what happened, but I think we'll progress on. Very painfully, slowly gets back into his seat and gets the bus moving again. Billy just turns to you and mouths.
And Jillian mouths back. She like opens her pack and like hands him her own water bottle. Now we're just carrying out this entire conversation in mime.
Yeah. Yeah, he says, we need to talk later, Jill.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I guess I'm just, sensitive about Jonathan Dalkey.
Takes a full moment, looks at the window, looks back at you.
I have a therapist. We're working on these issues. Just bold-faced lying.
Sure. How would you feel about assessing the situation right now?
Yeah, I think so.
Roll me a superior roll, please.
All right. Superior. All right.
Yeah, on a 9, you're looking around the bus. You can see some people have just getting back on with their days, but some people are sort of looking around and they're going, was that Jillian? Is that Jillian? And certainly you can see between Sue, Billy, and Sarah, Jessica, Jane, Doe, the person whose name we keep forgetting, at least one of them is going to say, do you think Jillian might be a super?
She definitely just like scrunches down next to Lila and it like blows like a piece of hair out of her face and is like, well, I guess I should probably work on controlling myself. Very quietly to Lila.
Good start to the morning, huh?
Yeah, well, I'm working on it.
It was pretty cool, though. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, you're right. It was pretty cool.
I mean, how many other people can say they've shattered a bus window?
Probably some not very good people.
I suppose. I still think it's bragging rights.
If you say so, but I feel like I just blew my cover.
Yeah, you might have.
And I think if you followed everyone around, Jillian, your phone might go off as you hear a tweet where you've been atted. And the Twitter handle, I think, is going to be question mark a horse with no. And it would seem that Jane has tweeted about the bottle incident and has said some weird stuff with a water bottle and Jillian this morning on the bus. Your notoriety is rising.
Oh my gosh. I think she quickly reports the fleet to get it removed.
Okay. It's one of them tweets though where you've been added and you can see it sort of it maybe gets it gets
the numbers rising.
No, it's not trending. It's not like hitting the thousands. It's just I do them all the time. Usually around 8:30, I think, is the sweet spot for getting a 4 likes tweet. That's Scrat's insight into tweeting, everyone. Yeah, so there's maybe 4 likes, and one of them is you if you did.
Yes.
Cool.
But I don't refleet.
No refleeting.
No.
It was a fleeting fleet. Why don't we pan back to the car with Alyssa and Serena arriving at school?
I hate to run, but I am definitely late for swim. I milkshakes? You're doing milkshakes today.
Yeah. And don't forget, keep an eye on your phone. I'm going to text you after to figure out where you guys are so I can meet up with you.
Yeah, and hey, good luck with Maddie.
Thanks.
You got this. And then I'm gonna like grab my bag and run.
Where do you run?
I run to swim practice.
Yeah, you can hear the familiar whistle. I can do a whistle noise, but I can't do one with a P in it. What can I? No, I can't. No, I can't. But you hear the familiar whistles going off as you get into the thing, and the coach just turns and just looks at you. Do you remember yesterday's conversation?
Yes.
It looks like so does he. He looks a little upset. Not angry, just disappointed.
Yeah. I'm gonna act like everything's normal and just like try and get ready and go without calling too much attention to myself.
Oh, he clocks you as soon as you come in with this face.
Oh no. Oh no. Sheepish grin. Sorry I'm late.
Come on, Alyssa, let's get you in the pool.
Yeah, okay. And then I'll run to the locker rooms to change real fast.
And you can hear him shouting instructions to people in the water as you go. I've never been on a swim team, so I guess long strokes, long feathery strokes, just like playing a piano, maybe. He's shouting advice.
Good, yeah. That's totally how you swim.
Why don't we follow Serena? Where does Serena go?
I think Serena kind of watches after Alyssa as she kind of runs down the hall just to make sure she's kind of getting where she's going. And then like stops and like double, triple, quadruple checks that her car is locked. And then heads into the newspaper room probably. Although it might be getting, I guess since we're getting there in time for swim practice, there's still time before class starts. So probably gonna head straight to the newspaper office. And she probably has some kind of like work to do beforehand.
Mm-hmm. Oh, morning, Selena. Are we still getting milkshakes?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Hi, Maddie. Yeah, I'll drive us. We can meet after school in the parking lot. And then we can go together. I won't be able to stay too long. I have to pick Alyssa up from the library when she's done studying.
Okay.
But definitely getting milkshakes.
Will I see you today at break or lunch or anything like that?
Probably. I mean, I don't have any plans.
Great. I've been missing you. I have be nice to catch up.
Yeah, I know. I said I was gonna try and be better about it.
I know. I really appreciate that.
I'm glad. I do miss you. Senior year's just crazy, I guess.
Right?
Good practice for next year, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The counselor's been hassling me about college and stuff.
Have you made any decisions?
And have the two of you spoken about this before?
I think so. I think Maddie probably has like a couple different offers, but keeps putting off picking where to go. But there's deadlines are approaching. She kind of has to send in one way or the other soon.
Mm-hmm. So I think, Maddie's sort of like, I haven't really, I was kind of wondering where you were deciding.
Well, I actually have some news, I think.
Oh?
So I got offered the internship at the newspaper.
Oh, wow. Paid?
Yeah. I don't know all the details yet. I'm supposed to
Shut
call them
up!
later today. Yeah. So I think rather than take that one offer I got at Southwestern, I'll probably stay here for the year and get my experience from the internship. And then apply again next year and see if I can get in somewhere better.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm worried about my grades. I'm not sure if I'll get to the colleges that I want to go to this year.
Your grades have always been fine, Maddie. I didn't.
Yeah, I'm just holding out.
I mean, you have to do what's best for you.
Yeah. Of course.
But at least I guess I know where I'm gonna be at, which is it's a big relief once you've made a decision.
Yeah, I bet it is. Hey, have you had any interest in senior prom yet?
Oh, I mean, I'll probably go, at least with my camera, cover it for the paper.
Come on, Serena, you know what I mean.
Oh, you mean, like, has anybody asked me?
Yeah.
You'd be the first to know if that happened.
And she smiles at that.
No, nobody's asked. I mean, with how little I've been around lately, I'm not surprised. Between work and school and Alyssa, I don't really talk to anybody outside of this office.
Yeah. Are you okay? You've been working like all the time. We used to chat all the time, but now I hardly see you. And I saw an advert where they said you should watch out for those sorts of signs. And I just wanted to check in and make sure that you're not, burning yourself out or anything like that. I'm here, right? And we can talk if you need to.
I think Serena's actually been like sitting on like the desk, on like her desk, and she probably goes up to Maddie and like sits next to her and like grabs her hand and she's like, I'm totally fine. I'm just really busy. That's it.
Is that everything?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the liar pants on fire role in this game? I feel like it could be danger, or maybe just a flat D6, because they give a thing of rejecting someone's influence. So why don't you give us a flat D6, flat 2D6? She doesn't jump to the wild conclusion that Serena Carter is Ascension. But she does sort of look at you when you say there's nothing else, and you can see in her eyes she doesn't believe you. She's worried about you.
We're gonna get milkshakes later, though, right?
Yeah.
See, I'm doing things that aren't work. And I had good news.
Good.
They told me to call. What do you think I should do? They told me to call like at any time and that they're literally open all the time. But I feel like I should just call in like the after, like at lunch, right?
Oh, this could totally be a test.
Right?
Yeah, you don't want to call it lunch. That's a terrible idea, because they'll think that you're really inconsiderate. If I were you, I would wait a few days so it looks like you're really super busy, and then call them at like start of office hours. Bang, I'm ready to work. 9 a.m.
But they said that their office hours are all the time. They don't have a start of the office hours. They're just open 20. She said literally any time of the day. And I don't want to wait a couple days because then I have to keep going back to work at the diner.
Who did you get a placement with?
I keep forgetting the name of the newspaper.
I think we called it the Daily Trumpet. Maybe the Monthly Saxophone.
Yes, because we started making a lot of jokes about
We did,
craft
yes.
instruments in the chat. Got it.
Yeah, could have been
Daily
an annual
Trumpet.
tuber, I'm not sure.
At the Daily Trumpet.
And her jaw just drops.
I told you it was a big deal.
Serena, that's the biggest newspaper company in Star City.
Yeah. Hence why I'm staying and not going to college right away.
And you haven't called them yet?
They called me at midnight last night.
They're
At the
always
diner.
open. They're always open. They're always getting the news, like all the time. I've applied 6 times. I have good grades.
So I should call them now, huh?
Yes! What are you doing? Call them!
Okay.
Thank you very much, Tater, who gifts a reroll to Jillian. Oh, no, Tater gifted a sub to Michael Wayne, who gifted the reroll to Jillian. Sorry, people, I wasn't watching chat and I missed it. Thank you very much, the pair of you. I'm actually thinking about changing rerolls up a little bit as well, because I've noticed they stack and we hold on to them forever. What I'm thinking is we might, from now on, if player live decision, full improv on this channel, what we could do to increase usage of rerolls is have player rerolls get used on the next fail, and DM rerolls get used on the next success.
But what about the fact that we can use rerolls on anybody at the table? Would it be our own fail?
How about you can only hold one and then it becomes...
Here's the tricky thing
Uh-huh.
with this system.
Uh-huh.
Failures are good
True.
because you
true.
advance in that's how you advance. That's how you level up. So it's kind of tricky. Like you need me to re-roll, I will re-roll and eat in like golly gee, because there's so many times I don't want to fail there. But like here, I don't mind failing because it means I mark potential and get closer to leveling up. And I'm close. I have one more fail.
Perhaps then we will hold on to that for now and keep on thinking. Tricky. Okay, let's go to someone else as we pan away from this scene as Maddie encourages Serena to phone now. What are you doing? Phone now. The bus arrives with a shattered window. Billy, Sue, and Sinead hop up and they start heading off the bus. They look back towards Jillian and Lila like...
Jillian also gets off the bus and like looks at the window and like coughs like and keeps walking.
Yeah, Lila will follow off, and she's trying to like think of something to say about like the supers and what they were talking about, because she's been thinking about it all night. But now they're at school and there's a bunch of people around. Maybe they shouldn't say anything. They're going to have plans later today anyway. And just kind of like falls along in silence because she can't think of anything reasonable or unsuspicious, no matter how much she wants to talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Where would you all be heading? Do you do stuff before class, right? Do you go to cheerleading stuff before, or is that an afternoon only thing?
I think that's an afternoon only thing. We're probably going to our lockers to, get our books for the day.
Mm-hmm. And Lila, are you tagging?
Mm-hmm. Because usually she would hang out at the quad close to like the cross country people, but now she's like, well, maybe Jillian and Alyssa and Serena are more my people. I'm gonna hang out with them. And she's trying really hard not to feel awkward because she knows that like we don't hang out. We're in totally different social circles. But I want to hang out.
Just the most awkward teenager thoughts in the world.
Yes.
And Jillian, how do you think your friends would react to Lila hanging around?
She's gonna introduce her kind of like Regina introduces Katie in Mean Girls.
Let's hear it.
So I think for like story purposes, Jillian's and like Billy and Sue and Shaniqua's lockers are all like next to each other. And so like as they're like, opening their lockers and putting their combination in, she says, guys, this is Lila.
Hey.
Hi.
Lila and I are in the same driving class, and she is super cool. Lila, you're super cool, right?
Lila blushes. Just cheeks get hot, kind of like, yeah, okay.
Oh my God, Lila! If Jillian says you're cool, you must be cool. How come you haven't hung out with us before?
I'm not on the cheerleading team.
Oh,
Yeah,
are
I run cross country.
Oh. Are
Yeah,
you
but
gonna?
if you wanted to try out, you totally could.
Yeah, I was gonna say you should try out.
You think I could?
If Jillian says you're super cool and you're like hanging out with us, then yeah.
Well, maybe.
And Billy sort of steps forward back. If you're really lucky, you might get to go to the prom with me.
Lila kind of like, oops, and like takes a half step away.
Ellie, stop hitting on my new friend. It's not cool.
Well, I didn't realize that they were still having tryouts, but yeah, I could try it.
Yeah, I mean, like last week we had like I'm gonna make up a new name on the spot. Julia, who twisted her ankle and now she's out for the rest of the season. So, I think we could totally use you.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, you said you do cross country, right? So you're like probably super flexible and like you probably could like keep up with us for our routines.
Doesn't it happen at the same time as cross country though?
Sometimes. But I bet you could just go like run with them for a little while and then come and then learn our routines.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, so maybe like for tomorrow's tryouts or tomorrow's practice, you can come try out.
Yeah, do I just show up? Do I have to wear a skirt?
No, Billy doesn't wear a skirt.
Okay. That's good. I don't really do skirts.
And as you are all talking at the lockers, you hear a loud crash from behind you as something hits one of the lockers. And can you describe Leslie for us, Julian?
Oh, yes, Leslie. Ugh. Uh, so Leslie is, she is a senior who is the, how would you say, like the ingenue of the drama class. So she is like the star of every production. She's great at singing and dancing and all of those things. She is probably what you would think is the opposite of Jillian. So she's quite small. She's very petite, very thin, very cute. Red hair and green eyes and just very beautiful, as you can imagine. And totally used to date Jonathan Delkey.
And what is she like as a person?
I think Jillian thinks that she is a total witch, but she's probably actually a very nice person. She may be a little bit self-absorbed. And she's lovely, but she's one of those, like, she's in theater, so she walks around, she sings songs to herself.
Okay, so thank you for that information. It is not Leslie that we see right now, but thank you. I appreciate that. At the moment, you can see Chuck, the biggest guy in the year on the football team and all the rest of it. And by football, if there's any UK guys still up, hand egg. I've confused Faye, not soccer. Chuck has pushed over one of the kids in the year below. And is demanding lunch money. The two of you can hear this.
Oh, what was his name again? Sorry?
Chuck.
Chuck. I think Jillian like glances over at Lila and is like, we have superpowers? Are we supposed to do something? She doesn't say that, but it's like a kind of like a, are we supposed to do something about this look?
As soon as like Lila sees like Chuck beating up on, do we know did you say the kid's name? And I forgot.
No, he's in the year below you.
Yeah, the below. As
Who
soon as we
hangs
see
out with
Chuck,
kids in the year below, you know?
Lila will look at Jillian and kind of nod, square her shoulders back, and draw her full 5 feet of height and start marching right up to him. I'm just gonna go, leave him alone.
Yeah, I think Jillian follows and is like, oh my gosh, Chuck, leave him alone. You're being such a jerk. Except she's probably the same height as Chuck.
Yeah, sure, I'll leave him alone as soon as he gives me his lunch money.
You probably already have lunch money.
Yeah, it is not cool to steal from other people for their lunch money. And then I think what Jillian does is she reaches over and like he probably like, you know, has this kid up by like his shirt collar, kind of like this. And then she like takes his hand and just like pries his fingers off, just like very, very easily.
And he's looking at his hand because he's not gripping lightly. And obviously, Jillian, I suppose you're using your strength here.
Oh, yeah. Keep your hands to yourself. What am I rolling here?
I don't know if you'd need to roll. He's not a super, and you're not exactly unleashing your powers. You're just removing a hand.
Mm-hmm.
It depends. I mean, if you wanted to roll, you could do. I mean, I suppose we could go for like you accidentally breaking a bone or something.
No, let's not do that.
Okay, so we'll just give you this
Poor
one.
guy.
Can Lila would like to I really like to use I guess to provoke Chuck. To kind of like distract him from this kid. And I'd like she'd like probably say something like you're on the path to becoming a supervillain. You better change your ways now.
What is wrong with you girls? And he like is looking at his hand. And
Guy has like scurried away. This underclassman.
Yeah, you can see him actually feeling around for his glasses.
Glasses.
You can see a
I
set of
think
like
Jillian,
jam
like, picks
jar
them up for
glasses
him.
nearby. Yeah. And old trope there usage. Chuck sort of like is again looking at his hand, being like, "Guy freaks," and just like sort of like steps away.
And I think Jillian says something to the effect of, "Yeah, and if we catch you doing that again, you're gonna have to answer to me."
He just runs.
Us.
He's just running. And as you take the time to assail him with insults as he leaves, by the time you turn around, Leslie has the guy's glasses in her hand and is passing them to this kid. Are you okay there?
Jillian just like leaves in a huff as soon as she sees Leslie. Just like, ah, and walks back to her friends.
Wait, Jillian, that was so brave.
She pointedly ignores Leslie.
How about Lila?
Isla's just, now that the minute is over, she just kind of like shrinks a little bit and follows Jillian back. And just like, but kind of gives like Leslie, who she doesn't actually know, like a thumbs up.
You were so brave. Thank you for helping.
Anytime.
I think Jillian sees Lila's like thumbs up and she like puts the thumb down.
You just see Leslie help this kid and then walk away singing with him. Her singing voice sounds nothing like her accent.
Well, now I just imagine that she looks like Merida from Brave.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just Merida from Brave. If you could do a Scottish accent, please, every time you're her.
Never tried doing a young female Scottish accent before. We'll see how that goes. Maybe not immediately, but in the style of these decision-making stories, later on, you see on Flitter a little bit more about Jillian. Still very small, but another this time 37 quarterback Chuck has commented on a post involving weird things in the city and being like, some girl in our year just like totally bent my fingers without like even trying. Doesn't at you though. But you know. First couple of lessons, we're gonna pass through the first few lessons. Swim, Alyssa, I guess will go fine now you're there. Obviously you didn't get in as much practice as would have been nice, but I'm sure you would have felt them. You would have you would have learnt them long feathery strokes very well. Let's go through the first couple of lessons. Do any of you take lessons together this morning? Yes, the 3 of you who are juniors, right? I feel like we need a science first.
Okay.
Chemistry.
Chemistry.
Mixing chemicals together. What could go wrong?
And
My junior science? Maybe it was. Maybe it was sophomore science. I don't remember.
we had the option in the UK. You could do it as you could do double or triple science.
Ooh.
Yeah, triple science was for the nerds. I'm gonna throw out there that Jonathan Delkey is in this class, but I don't think Jonathan sits next to Gillian, and I don't think Jonathan sits near Alyssa. I think that Jonathan sits near Lila.
Chuck. Oh.
Lila, do you have any idea who Jonathan is to your other party members at this point?
Not in any idea of any kind of relation that he would have to them. She knows he's a football player, but that's about it.
Cool. Perfect. Yeah, you sit next to each other. That's my only request for where you sit. You may decide where you sit otherwise. But you can decide where you sit, knowing that this is a seating plan. So it's not. I don't mean you get to choose where you sit. I mean you can choose where you sit, but it's part of the plan.
Yeah.
Is this a lab course? Like, are there lab benches?
You bet. There's Bunsen burners everywhere, gas taps all over the place, electric sockets in the middle of the thing. The counters are all standing, and they're really annoying because they're like standing, but you also have stools, so you all have like to sit on stools, but you've got cupboards in front of you, so you can't actually sit close to the thing. So you all have to do this all the time. If you want to do any writing or anything, you have to like lean right forward. This isn't my own personal experience of chemistry growing up, but there you go.
I was gonna say oddly specific, Scrat.
Yeah, it was the worst. We had like standing desks for chemistry, but we were given stools, but they were also cupboards, so you couldn't put your knees. You had the choice of trying to like just proper man spreading against the cupboard, or doing a side saddle thing, or going for the big lean. Sorry, I got suddenly really sidetracked there. How do you all like chemistry?
Do you think Alyssa and Jillian would be partnered for this lab?
Sure.
All right, we are partnered for this lab.
Great.
Does that mean Lila and Jonathan are partnered?
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
yes.
But Lila hates chemistry. Everything about it.
Alyssa is decent at everything in school because she gave up her social life and funneled it into studying when she got superpowers. So she does a lot of... She's not like a huge chemistry fan, but she does fine with it, and she kind of knows her stuff.
Jillian has been good with chemistry up until she started developing her powers, and in her path, she has wrought a lot of broken Erlenmeyer flasks and beakers and test tubes, just because she can't control how hard she grips them.
Today's lesson is about ways of preventing and removing rust. You're doing a lab on it. Each of you has to select a method based on selecting a. You're given a nail that's gone rusted, and each of you are allowed to select a chemical within reason to try and remove the rust, or create a process to remove the rust.
Are we supposed to give you a chemical right now?
If you want, or you can just tell me how good you are at it.
I was gonna say, the only one I can think of is like uranium, and I'm not sure that one's, you know,
Oh, your daily high school class carries some uranium.
superheroes uranium. It's a thing, right?
Yeah,
I was gonna say vinegar. Because I don't really know.
How to remove deadly waste from your uranium for better superhero results. No, it's just a lab. You guys can. The work isn't really important, to be honest. How you do it isn't really important, but the interactions between you as you do will be. So how do Alyssa and Jillian get together as how do they work together? Sorry, do you work well together? Do one of you carry?
First of all, I do want to propose that since superhero universes often have fictional like chemicals or I propose Stardium for our fictional city that we are working with for our lab today, because
What are the properties of Stardium?
I have not figured those out yet. Just a clever name. We'll discover that's part of our lesson. So,
Yep.
So yeah, Alyssa just kind of starts getting ready, and does not actually really talk to or look at Jill.
I think Jill tries to engage Alyssa in a lot of conversation, and Alyssa probably just answers in like single word answers. Yeah, I was like, so how was your night?
Fine.
Okay, mine was fine too. Guess what? I'm gonna get Lila to join the cheerleading team. Isn't that so cool?
No way.
Okay, what about Stardium? What are we supposed to do with this? I'm gonna turn on the Bunsen burner and put the crucible on my little thing, and I guess we could like drop it in and stuff.
Okay, yes. Be careful.
Okay, I'm just turning on the Bunsen burner. And I
Right.
turn on the Bunsen burner and do that little like snappy like flicky thing to ignite it.
With your character's like recent events with snappy clicky actions, I was so worried for a second. But yes, you may use the snappy clicky thing to get the Bunsen burner lit.
Kelly, you look like you want to tell me what that's called because I don't remember.
It's been so long since I took chemistry.
No, same here.
We used to have to use tapers. We weren't allowed to use clicky things.
We just used matches.
Oh no, we had these like metal like spark. They created a little spark, and so like the gas from the Bunsen burner, it would just like catch on fire.
I grew
Yeah,
up
I
in
know
a,
exactly what you're
Just a
talking about.
lighter.
I grew up in a
Like
pretty
a
rough
little
area.
manual flint.
So like
They're
the
like-
whole in our class, you were supposed to take your taper to the teacher's fire and get fire from the teacher because we weren't trusted to make our own fire. But most of us smoked, so most of us were just like. Anyway, you can get your Bunsen burner lit, and you guys can crack on with the experiment.
I think I've only exclusively lit Bunsen burners with actual matches.
I've never. Our school wouldn't let us have any. So
Oh,
we
yeah,
had
yeah.
weird little clicky thingies. Someone with like a lighter, a flint, and I'm like, I don't think so.
Also, thank you, TVM Rock, because that's great. Yeah, absolutely. The properties of Stardium. Alyssa's
nice.
portioning things out and just like making sure it's all ready to go, and then like cautiously hands the sample over to Jill.
Okay. We we'd like handle it with like our little forceps.
Yes, yes. Our goggles on.
Our goggles aren't. Oh yeah, safety glasses, safety first
Safety
with our
glasses on.
aprons. Okay, so Jill takes it with her forcep and like drops it into the crucible that is underneath the flaming Bunsen burner.
Awesome.
This is how chemistry works.
So okay, you guys are cracking on, is what I'm hearing. Very little conversation, just getting the work done. Responsible students. That's what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Why don't we pan across to Lila and John?
This is not Lila's favorite class. She doesn't really know John. So she is going to follow the directions. I'm just gonna keep her eyes down and just talk quietly and be like, do you wanna light that?
Huh? You can see John is staring across the room towards Gillian and Alyssa.
Do you wanna light the burner?
Huh? Yeah, sure.
Cool. Hey, we have to finish this.
Huh? Finish?
We have to finish the lab. You gotta-
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
We need to... We just follow the instructions, right?
Yeah. Okay. I don't want to do anything with anything hot, so I'll read the instructions and you can do it. Okay.
Well, what? You just want me to do everything? I can read instructions just as well. We should, like, distribute the work.
Well, it's just putting the thing in the nail in the chemical. You can't have two people do that.
Alright, well, I'll turn on the Bunsen burner, but you set up the crucible, and then I'll put the things in the crucible.
Okay. She'll like set it up, measure the I don't know, whatever word, measuring out, and then try to hand it to him to put on top of the burner.
Yeah, and he just, like, gets the nail with, like, the forceps. He's not holding the forceps properly. There's sort of a bit of this action. Drops it in.
Cool. So now we wait. What are you looking at?
Oh, there's some guys playing football out the window. Lie.
Oh. Okay. Well, don't knock anything over when you're distracted.
Sorry, sorry. I'll focus up. Okay, look, I'm focused. I'll help. Okay.
Okay.
So, we've done the thing. We've done the instructions. Now we just wait.
That's what it says. Just wait and see if there's any bubbles. See if we smell anything. I'm not smelling anything.
We're supposed to sniff it, and, like, John puts his nose right over the crucible and starts deep inhaling.
No, don't. You have to waft it.
Woo! Did you clean out the crucible before you put it on?
I thought it was clean already.
It's fine.
You're not really supposed to, straight up smell it.
It's okay. My eyes are watering, but I didn't get any in my eyes. I'm sure it's fine.
Look at me. I'm just kind of look at his eyes to make sure there's nothing like specks or turning red or anything.
Yeah, no. His eyes are just watering. It looks like he just ate some mustard or something.
Okay. Okay, you look okay. We should probably put our safety glasses on.
Oh. Yeah, good thing the teacher's, like, reading a paper. I don't think they've said a word today. Gets lab glasses. These props are so handy for this particular show.
So I'd say Lila's kind of stumbling through it, trying not to get too involved, but also trying to keep on track and trying to do not more than she has to.
Yeah, which is exactly almost John's approach as well. So between the two of you, you get stuff done, but the notes aren't great. I think it would be fair to say there's a minimum of note taking, and when it comes to writing up hypotheses at the end. We'll go to between classes. All of you may speak to anyone from your class during this short interval between lessons. Perhaps you might even see Serena. What class did Serena just have?
Probably psych. She probably has a psych class. Like an elective class that's available to seniors that she takes. And she would probably at least try and like make contact with Alyssa and just like check in on her and make sure everything's okay. But if she passes by the other two, she probably doesn't really, or she might just kind of wave at Lila, but she might stop actually and talk to Jillian if she has a moment.
Well, before we get there, I would very much like to say that your psych class was on divisions between the left and right side of the brain, and how behaviors can be isolated to detect serial killers. Really interesting stuff. And there's a whole test in there where they get you to look at a whole bunch of pictures of people and determine which ones are the serial killers. But the thing is, everyone just looks normal. So it's really an impossible test. It's supposed to teach you about how anyone can be a serial killer. Except I'd like to nominate one person in your class who gets every single answer right. And I'd like to call them Alice.
I support this.
That is a true...
I second this.
That is a true story. Alice's friend studied that and did that exact test, and Alice picked out all of the serial killers.
Alice is a superhero.
You're not wrong.
It's true.
That's not shade, Michael. That's mild fear mixed with respect.
I love that one. She
So,
knows her stuff.
Serena, between classes, you can indeed stop at Jillian where you were.
And I think she would just kind of like go up to her and try and like talk to her like quietly, like not drawing any attention, and just say like, I've seen that there's a lot of gossip going around about Flitter. What? Are you okay? Did everything go okay this morning?
Oh my gosh, have you also heard? Ugh. And she like, okay, so there was an incident on the bus. I wasn't trying to do anything, but you know how sometimes like I just like can't control my own strength. And so I may have maybe just a little bit like hit a water bottle out of the bus and it broke the window. Maybe just a little bit though. Just
I give it.
Just like a tiny bit.
I mean, with the way news travels around this school, I give it by the like afternoon before people start whispering about, you know, supers.
It's okay. I'm going to act really weak for the rest of the day. It'll be
Okay.
fine. Really weak. Like, oh my gosh, so weak.
Like can't carry your own books to class kind of weak.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Do you think Jonathan Dalkey will carry my books for me? Oh my gosh, that's such a great plan.
And of course, as I said, you may interact with any member of any class, so John Dalkey is available for interaction if you like. Now, Alyssa, I was going to say, were you calling for attention there? Yes, you were, it sounds like.
Well, I was fixing my camera, but sure. Alyssa stayed afterwards and like let Jillian go first because there was a part of her that was afraid that if she walked out of the room with Jillian would continue to try talking to her. So she kind of lingered back and like aggressively looked away until Jillian walked away.
Jillian cannot take a hint, by the way. She like totally doesn't get that Alyssa does not want to interact.
No, it was very bad. It was very like not looking at her and let her get distracted by someone else. And then she starts like packing up and heading out.
Am I hearing that Serena saves Alyssa? Like, because that was the first conversation to happen, right? Between Serena and Jillian. So maybe Serena gets a read of what's going on, knows her sister, and calls Jillian across. Does that sound plausible?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that if Alyssa was feeling super actively uncomfortable about things, Serena would know. In fact, so I can imagine that while she went to go find her sister, instead she ended up being like, "Oh, this would be a great opportunity to bother Jillian about all that activity on Twitter."
Which Alyssa has not seen because she's not great at Flitter, and yep, had no idea. Didn't talk to Jill about it at all.
And Jillian would not have brought this up.
Yeah.
Okay. So Alyssa, you've not interacted with anyone. You're just waiting for Jillian to leave and then also leaving class?
Waiting for Jillian to leave so I can leave class. Yes.
Lila go
Uh-oh.
to Alyssa after lab, after like Jillian walks out. She'll just kind of be like, "Hey, so do you think we should go to the library first?
Sure.
Go to the bookstore. The library is free."
Yeah, either is fine. Either's fine. Alyssa's now looking back at her bag because dang it, someone else came up to talk to her.
And Lila picks up on that immediately.
Okay.
And it's like, oh, okay. Almost kind of power walks out of the room to get away.
Yep, fine. Jillian, is there anyone that you would like to speak to between lessons?
Oh yeah, she is standing outside the door waiting for Jonathan Dalkey to also come out of chemistry class. And as soon as Serena suggests that she like be too weak to even carry a book, she's like starts pretending to struggle with her books because she's like carrying, I'm assuming, her like chemistry textbook and also whatever textbook she has next. And she's like, "Oh my gosh, why do we have to carry so many books between class?" And she like, you know, is pretending to juggle them a little bit, struggling with them.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, punch the mic.
Trying to catch Jonathan's attention.
So as you left the room, John wouldn't have been looking at either of you. He would have been looking in his bag. And he would have
Like
remained that
Alyssa.
way. He would have remained that way until everyone has left, sort of thing. And then he'll also make sure he doesn't look at anyone until he leaves. And then by the door, you can, of course... hey, whoa, Jillian, what are you...
Hey. Oh, I was just complaining that the books are so heavy. We have to carry so many of them from like class to class. You know, like chemistry and math.
Have we got
And
math
English.
again next?
Yeah. Are you in the same... Oh, aren't we in the same calculus class?
Yeah, I guess. Here, do you want to put your books in my bag?
Okay. Well, yeah, I can walk with you to our next class.
Alyssa is now waiting patiently behind Jonathan in the door for this conversation to be over.
It's been like 3 minutes. And yeah, she will hand Jonathan her books.
And as you hand Jonathan his books, he does see behind and says, "Oh, sorry, Alyssa. How you
She
doing?"
purposely touches his hand as she's handing the books over.
Oh,
Hey, fine. You?
Good.
Good. And then Alyssa like brushes past because this has gone on too long and heads down on the way to the next class.
What's she like as a partner? In chemistry.
Oh, this is John asking Jillian. Okay. I mean, she's really good. I think we had some really deep conversations today. Like, I think we really got to know each other. Yeah, we had like really long conversations.
Oh.
And I think we did really well. How about you? I saw you working with Lila. I saw you weren't wearing your safety goggles.
Yeah, you know, it's chemistry, right? I mean, who enjoys chemistry?
Yeah, chemistry's so not cool.
Right?
Hey, so about prom, I was thinking we could match, and I would wear like I don't know, like a green dress.
You want me to wear a green suit?
No, like, you know, like a green like pocket square or tie or something.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah. But like, I don't know, like a navy suit? I don't know.
Oh, blue and green.
Or black?
Black's a bit funerally. Maybe white, like pure white with a green pocket square.
Sure, yeah. I mean, whatever you want. I'm sure you'll look great.
I saw a superhero outfit recently on Twitter. It would look like white and green, and it was you know, it looked pretty cool. Maybe I could kind of copy that color scheme as a little tribute.
Oh, you want to look like a superhero?
I mean, no. Wow, superheroes are lame. Right? Can you imagine having superpowers? That would suck.
Yeah, I mean, like certain superpowers would be cool, but there's like certain superpowers that are like probably such a drag, you know? Like, imagine if you couldn't control your superpowers. Like, I don't know, like what if like you could fly, but you couldn't control that you could fly, and then like every time you tried to like walk around, you would fly, and it'd be like super annoying because then you want to be on the ground all the time, and then you just like wouldn't be able to control your powers, and it's just like so annoying.
Jillian?
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine. You know, but it would just really suck. I've had a lot of time to think about this. It's so great that I don't have superpowers, though.
John Dalkey will remember this. Yeah, let's, we gotta get to the next class. Come on.
Okay.
I heard there's this new drug that like, you know, is supposed to suppress superpowers. It's all over the like Flitter and stuff and Instaframe.
Oh yeah, I like heard about this. What's the drug called? I mean, I heard about it, but like I don't know anything about it. What have you heard?
I can't remember, like something super squish or something. I don't know. But like, it's supposed to like suppress powers.
Oh. I mean, that's kind of interesting, right? Okay, cool. Well, if you hear more about it, I'd love to talk more about it with you.
You would?
I mean, not just like about the drug. I meant like I would like to talk more to you. Talk more with you.
Oh. Hey, maybe we could be partners in our next class or something.
Yeah.
Do they do partners in
I
maths?
I don't really think they do partners in math, but maybe next time around for chemistry?
I think our partners are kind of set, but we can ask for a transfer if that's what you'd like.
Oh, no, I mean, I don't, that I would feel bad. I don't want, like, Alyssa to, like, think that I don't like her or anything. I mean, we were, like, having such great conversation, and, like, I think we're becoming really good friends.
And honestly, I suck at chemistry as well. I just get you a bad grade.
No, you know what? Here's what we'll do. Maybe I can tutor you after school.
Today?
I mean, I have practice a lot.
I know, me too. But, like, on the weekends or something.
Yeah, maybe. Did you see Chuck's Twitter handle?
No?
He put quarterback in his, like, handle. I'm the school quarterback. He's just a backup.
Oh my gosh, he is like such a terrible person. I saw him trying to like beat somebody up for their lunch money today, and like it's not like I did anything about it, but like he was like such a jerk today.
I'll try and talk to him or something next practice.
Yeah, I think you totally should.
I mean, I'm not like captain or no, anyway, and we'll pan away from this conversation. Alyssa, you've not really had a chance to talk to anyone. You've mainly avoided. Would you like to have a chance to talk to someone now?
If Serena saw me get away from the crowd and duck down the hallway, I feel like she'd probably catch up to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And she just kind of catches up and walks along Silas, and I was like, everything okay?
Yes. Suddenly, so many people are trying to talk to me, and I haven't dealt with that since like August when the school year started. So yeah, that's new.
You just
That's-
mean like Lila and Jillian?
Mostly Lila and Jillian. Also Jonathan, what's his face? Yeah, he's talked to me like 2 times now. I swear I've
The
made it through
quarterback?
this entire that one. This entire year, I've been just like, I don't know, able to kind of ghost around between classes. And, you know, once my friends realized that I was really well and truly an asshole now, like, they stopped talking to me. So, not used to it.
I mean, I think it's okay for you to get used to having friends again.
And oh, what happens when the world ends? What happens to those friends? What happens if I don't stop it and I can't save them? Look,
Alyssa, we're in high school. In a year or two, when we go away to college, we're never gonna see these people anyway.
if anything exists a year or 2 from now.
I think it's best for us to assume it will. And just because it's just us dealing with this now doesn't mean that if it goes poorly, it will be just us dealing with it then. I mean, we've kind of got like a super squad now.
Yeah, I mean, we are gonna go see if we can find the Demonomicon, and none of them have asked me why. I'm curious, so that works, I guess.
I would keep avoiding Jillian, though. According to Flitter, she just keeps getting attention to herself, and I think we'd like to avoid that for the most part.
Okay,
that
so
seems cool
avoid
though.
1/4 of our super team.
At school, at least.
Okay, I'm
Do you think
just.
Lila's stayed off the grid as far as I can tell.
Okay, I'll think about it.
The world is going to end. We probably need all the help we can get.
That is a valid point, and I will give you that one. I'll see you after class, okay?
Okay.
And then I will go into our next class and sit down next to Lila and just be like, hey.
Just so that everyone is aware, chat and everyone included, awkward silences in high school are perfectly valid.
Yes. And always. They're always valid.
Enjoy them. Relish them. So it seems a bit awkward as Alyssa and Lila sit together with the last conversation the two of you just had. The maths teacher is a bit laxer about designating seats. So you can choose where you sit each week and who you sit next to. So, Jillian, where would you sit and who would you sit next to?
She probably continues talking to John, and so they'll probably sit next to each other.
Yeah, and I think John just like kind of gets a bit lost in the conversation. Like he just starts talking really relaxedly with you, and then when he realizes he's sat down in math, he kind of like does a moment where he just sort of is like, "Oh." Teacher comes in. All right, now students. If you could all please turn your textbooks to page 942. Today we're going to be looking through quadratic equations, integration, diffraction, and the other one. Alyssa, what's the other one?
The other one.
Integration and...
Diffraction, diffusion, and derivation? What?
Differentiation.
Differentiation.
There we go.
Idea.
Remember,
Renee has no idea.
differentials are the opposite of integrals, everyone. Now, we're going to be looking at single-factor differential equations.
This is beyond my high school math experience. I'm very sorry. I did not do this.
It's exactly my experience with math, and I just about got through it and just about passed. And then at uni they were like, "Okay, differentials can have more than one moving part," and I was just like, "Help me." Anyway.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean for you to read what I was typing into our private chat.
I thought you were helping me.
I was kidding. I don't know any math.
I took statistics in high school, and that was the end of the line for me.
Mm-hmm. I've heard there's a good distribution of students that do that.
I appreciate that joke. Thank you.
Well, what's Serena's next class?
Sorry, I was busy working on my animal handling skills. Oh, right. Biology.
Biology. How old is senior again?
18.
18. What do you think your biology class possibly contains? Alyssa's on the same page as me for a second there.
I don't. It wouldn't be sex ed, y'all. It would be like reproductive biology. Like it'd be like anatomy and phys.
Totally what we can go to.
You want to make it uncomfortable high school experiences.
Yep. And your seniors, you can choose where you sit. Should we say Maddie does this class as well?
Yeah.
Cool.
And I think Serena and Maddie probably have like a usual spot, right? It's probably like kind of in the middle near the door, so they can get out quickly. But they probably always sit in like the same 2 seats in this class since they have it together.
Okay, yeah. So perhaps there's even like little carvers and things in it. And is this maybe one of the few classes that you share? Maybe, seeing as you haven't been talking to each other much. You usually talk during break and lunch and stuff.
Yeah, we probably just have. It probably just works out that we just have this class and then like newspaper time together. But I think during like our senior year, you get to take a lot more like elective classes, and we just kind of picked all different classes.
Yeah. So as you take a seat, you see Maddie come in as well. She's talking to a tall, heavily built. It looks like they're on like the athletics team or something. This girl she walks in with.
Oh. And
They
you
look
see
pretty built. It looks like they're a weightlifter or something.
and you see probably Serena probably like waves at her and then stops. Does she like recognize this person?
This is Autumn. You recognize Autumn. She is, in fact, a weightlifter. She weightlifts for county. Do you have county over there? We'll say yeah. No.
We can have whatever that means here, though. Like
Yeah. Well, so like I'm trying to think of what the equivalent would be because like weightlifting for state sounds a lot more important because like your states are the size of my country or bigger. So what we have is county competitions where it's just like smaller.
like in the conference, like so we have like our like high schools tend to be arranged in conferences, which are like the local competitions, and then you can go up to the state level. So there's a statewide competition at the end of the year.
Perfect. Yep. So regional. Some people are saying regional conference. Yeah. She lifts at that level, and you know, it's not like they're doing anything particularly. They're just talking, and then they're like, "Oh, hey, catch you later." And Maddie comes and sits next to you. Hey, Serena.
Hi. You making new friends?
Well, I mean, not new friends. It's just, you know, Autumn looked, you know, they were just coming from gym between classes. We were walking the same way, so we just got chatting. She's actually quite nice.
Oh, I that's great. It's always good to hang out with new people.
Yeah, we should, like, maybe all of us could hang out sometime, like, after school.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, like, I'd quite like some proper catch-up time today, but if you, like, have a bit more time, it'd be nice to hang out with you and new friends.
Yeah, maybe this weekend, or we could do something. I don't know. We can text about it. I'm sure we'll find some time.
And she sort of looks down at the textbook. Have you opened it to the right page? What kind of student is Serena? Is she ready and raring, or is she,
She tries really hard. She has to work at it. But she does try to stay on top of it with everything else.
Hmm. And she just sort of looks at the topic and is like, oh, not this again.
Hmm. Yeah. They really like belaboring these subjects. At least we don't have to dissect any more animals. That was terrible.
Yeah, the eyeball was the worst one. Couldn't they at least have given us, like, sharp scalpels?
I don't know. I mean, I hear in chemistry they they don't even let them have matches anymore to light the Bunsen burner, so
What?
safety or something. I don't know. I mean, there was that one girl a couple years ago who like set her hair on fire. But I mean, like, that's just, you know, she just wasn't paying attention.
We totally did a story on that as well, and it turned out that she was a super.
Yeah, but, you know, what if she wasn't? Then, you know, burning students alive probably isn't. I don't know. But how was class this morning?
Oh, you know, it was good. I was doing statistics. I thought it might help with like paper analytics, but I'm kind of regretting my choice.
I mean, we're almost done with the school year, and then you get to go take your fancy college classes.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Oh, no, not maybe. I mean, I will. I just haven't decided where I want to go yet, you know?
The deadline's coming up. You probably need to decide really soon.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, everyone. We'll be getting ready for class very soon. And Maddie goes, oh, hang on. I just need to run to the loo before we get started, or run for a bio. I don't know how you'd say it over there. And she runs out quickly, which is normal in a senior class. She just wants to get it done before thing. I'm treating seniors like sixth form where we are, which was very much more casual than all the lower years.
Oh yes, by senior year I referred to all of my teachers by their first names.
I didn't because I was a nerd.
We were the cool kids. I'm totally lying, but that's why we took advantage of that, I guess.
I was I mean I insisted on calling teachers by their surname and designation as is proper. Dr. Long was my favorite.
That really, it feels really weird to me now, seeing as like I get very uncomfortable when people call me by my name and title, and I'm like, no, you can just call me Kelly, it's fine. There's not that big of an age difference.
As she goes though, she leaves her bag on the desk, and you see 2 letters fall out of the bag. Not fall out, but just like slide out of the top, so they're just peeking. They're in really fancy envelopes.
Do these envelopes look familiar?
No, but they look like they've been opened.
Do they look like college acceptance letters?
If college acceptance letters have a specific type of envelope, then yes.
They would just have like college logos and stuff on the outside and look fancy.
Yeah, okay, so you can see 2 logos then on the envelope on this nice... one is a duck egg blue, probably 100-gram piece of paper with some light marbling. And in the top right, it says Harded. And the other is more of a beige, almost tea-stained envelope, maybe slightly thinner paper, but it says Oxbridge.
At that, Serena would definitely like go. She would like get out of her seat and go and act like she was like making sure that it didn't fall, right? Like she wants to make sure that Maddie's stuff doesn't fall all over the place, and she'll try and be like picking it up for her, and try and sneak a peek before she comes back.
Yeah. Sure you can. These are 2 acceptance letters. She's been accepted to the 2 biggest colleges in the country.
Oh. And she'll just put them back. I just kind of sit and like twiddle with like her pencil. Like,
And when, she comes back, she like rushes to her seat, and teacher gets going straight away with, reproductive systems or whatever it is we're looking at. And there's not really a chance for you to talk during the lesson, as it's very interactive. Very quick on speaking. They're quite strict despite you being seniors. They like you all to pay attention. There's only 6 of you as well, so it's hard to avoid attention. The next time to talk will be at the end of class, I imagine.
I don't think Serena would say anything to her, even at the end of class. I think she would keep her snooping to herself. And maybe as they're departing from class, she would just kind of say something like, "Oh, Maddie, good luck deciding where you want to go. I'm sure you've got some really great options, and anywhere would be really lucky to have you."
Could you please roll me a superior? Maddie says, yeah, thanks. Actually, I'm really busy at break. I'll catch you at lunch.
Yeah, sure.
Remember, you do have rerolls though.
I'll use one. I'll try it. The dice have spoken.
Yes, the dice have spoken. An oh dear seems worse than a miss. But I think it will give the same result where you don't really read anything into it. Maddie just leaves. You might pick up that she didn't seem so keen on hanging out with you at break. But it is break. How did that lesson go with Lila, Jillian, and Alyssa? Jillian, let's be honest. Did you and John get any work done?
No, we wrote little notes to each other the whole time. Gross, disgusting high school notes to each other.
I'm intrigued. I have to know. What are these notes like?
When you write like little notes to each other, like, hey, what you get for question 3, heart Jillian, or heart J. And then it's like, oh, I got whatever, J. I like your shoes. I think they're cute. Heart J. Just completely inane, gross things.
Cool. And these notes are passed. You don't get much work done. In fact, you probably only get about halfway through. We'll say today is a test. You only get about halfway through it, pop test. How about Alyssa and Lila? Let's go back to that sweet awkwardness over there.
Where are we? What are we doing?
We were 100% following Serena nearly the whole time you were away. We've just come back to maths class.
Okay.
So exactly where you left off.
I keep getting birthday calls, stepping away from the computer. So thank you for your patience.
It's valid.
Yeah. So, Alyssa kind of keeps doing this thing where like she looks up a little bit at Lila, then looks back down. Then looks back up at Lila, and then looks back down. And then finally looks up and says, "Hi."
Viola was studiously ignoring the little movement, which she did notice, I'd like to say. She probably caught it out of the corner of her eye and was just like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. I'm just going to do my work. And when Alyssa says hi, she's just, hi.
I think the library.
Yeah. I think so too.
You're right, it's free and may have a better chance of having a restricted reference book.
Alyssa, Lila, this test is for personal work only. Please, no conferring.
Sorry.
So Alyssa looks back down and then like spares another look over to just one, but over to where Jillian and John are.
We're very non-discreetly making eyes at each other and not doing work.
How does Alyssa feel?
Fine. Just fine. Yeah. It's just checking in. Just trying to start looking up from my books a little bit more and see what's happening in the world, and apparently googly eyes are happening, so that's uncomfortable. Back to the test. Ew, googly eyes.
Is that what we really call it? Because whenever you guys are saying googly eyes, I assume that you're looking at each other, but you've got slightly too large eyes that go, woo!
Yeah,
I don't think I actually meant googly eyes. I think I meant like
Doughy eyes? Dewy eyes?
yeah, doughy eyes.
There we go.
Sorry, googly eyes were
No,
That was a
I'm pretty
beautiful
sure
image, I
people
loved it.
call them that. Like,
Do they?
googly eyes?
yeah.
I imagine
not,
what
I
Scrat's
don't know.
saying too, like googly eyes.
Every time you
I
look
think
around, one does a full spin.
I mean, it's a very sarcastic thing, and maybe that's wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe in my head that's what I call it because it's a
No,
very
chatter confirming. Chatter confirming.
Okay.
Well, that's my gift to all of you guys. Whenever
Googly
someone says
eyes.
that in future.
All
Googly
right,
eye.
we're making googly eyes at each other.
Cool.
Good
Uh,
being gross.
How do you all do on this test?
D.
D's a pass. Better than John. I think John got an E.
No, it's not. D's not a pass.
Is it not?
Oh, in America, C or higher.
Oh.
It also is different different depending on the high school in the U.S.
True. Yes.
Falls under.
Cool. Okay. Fail it
Not
is then.
pass. Not pass.
Alyssa passes.
Yeah. Lila will pass with like a low grade. She doesn't really like math. She wasn't really paying attention.
Yeah. That's fair. So we can perhaps because it's differentials and stuff, we can say there's perhaps 20 or 50 lines of working too many or something. But you still get there. That's the important thing. We're now all on break. Where do you all go? Serena, Maddie kind of ditched.
I think it'd be odd to Serena that Maddie ditched, especially with how much Maddie's been kind of asking for together time. Serena will probably look around to see if she could tell where she went. But if she couldn't, she'd probably just head back to her locker. And be kind of fiddling with her phone, wondering if she had enough time during break to make that phone call.
Okay. Would you like to roll for seeing where Maddie went, or
Sure.
Okay. I think that could be piercing the mask or assessing the situation. I'll let you choose.
I don't think I have any rerolls left, so
That's all the rerolls gone, I'm afraid. People can gift you one, but that's...
what it is.
Yeah, you don't really know where Maddie's gone. Like, where else does Maddie go? Like, you have class, then the tea room, then class, then lunch.
Yeah, I think Serena's confused, but not really. Also not really concerned. I think she's got a lot on her mind right now. She's probably checking Flitter to make sure that there isn't any more gossiping going around campus.
There's not, but that the activist group Superstition are putting out more posts about high school kids should be aware of supers lurking. They're very anti-supers. And they warn that there's been super activity in the school and that people should be aware of people who could be supers around them, and better to tell than to stay quiet. It's very 1984.
I think this is thinking... Serena is feeling very, very uncomfortable, and so she's probably just going to try and like get to her locker and get through things and then head to her next class.
Back in the maths class then, in what order do we leave?
I will pack up in an appropriate amount of time this time and try to kind of sort of walk out with Lila.
Okay. Lila will allow it. She doesn't really know why Alyssa's coming. And Lila will, as soon as she gets out of the classroom, she's going to turn and walk down the hall kind of towards where the guidance counselor's office is. And kind of trying to see if Alyssa's still walking with her or if Alyssa's going the other way.
Alyssa kind of awkwardly readjusts because she was trying to be social, but this isn't the way she needs to go. So she'll kind of do an awkward, like, wave and head back the other way.
Okay. So once Lila realizes that, like, Alyssa's going the other way, she kind of nods and she'll walk down to the guidance counselor room where I'm picturing has one of those big brochure stands next to it and has all the different kind of brochures, like hugs not drugs and, you know, use protection and whatever else they have there. She's kind of looking over the brochures and she'll pull one off that's on depression, kind of like tuck it in her bag, and like its title is Do You Feel Alone? And she'll pull another one off that's kind of on like maybe how to deal with uncertainty in a time of supers, and also kind of tuck it in her bag for later.
Mm-hmm. And as you are doing this, I think the office door opens and one of the other students is leaving, and the counselor is there. And he's, okay, Jimmy, if you ever have any more problems, just let me know, okay? Oh, hey there, Lila. Is everything okay?
Yeah, I'm totally fine. Just seeing what new stuff you got here.
Mm-hmm. I restock the leaflets every week.
Hugs not drugs. It's a good one.
Drugs are bad.
I'll
Okay.
just, take like 2 or 3 of those ones and be like, thanks, and like turn to leave.
Well, if you have any problems, Lila, you know I'm always around if you need to talk.
Thanks.
Okay then.
I know. And she'll kind of walk away, but like closes. She'll kind of look back and then keep going.
Okay. And Alyssa goes one way and then passes the classroom again. Where is Alyssa headed on her break?
Well, she was kind of walking with Lila, and then she like doubles back because that wasn't really the way she meant to go. But she wasn't really sure which way she meant to go because generally she'd go to the newspaper room, but she did just see Serena between last class, and Serena encouraged her to be more sociable with the people who might help her stop the world from ending. So she just kind of walks back towards the class that she just left, wandering the hallways like a poor, lost, confused superhero. Like a dark, sad, lonely night.
Renee, are you okay? Do you need a minute?
The Star Kid reference, so just...
So Jillian and as you're getting ready to go, John's like, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, what's up?
And when Alyssa and Lila have left, he sort of goes, I like talking with you.
I like talking with you too.
Yeah, but I've got this secret.
Okay.
Maybe
You
we
can
could... I don't want to talk about it here. Maybe we could talk about it after school. It's kind of really not cool.
Yeah, so I have some plans after school, but if you want, we can meet up like right before.
Under the bleachers?
Okay, yeah. Okay, well, I have to get to my next class, which is super not true because it's break.
Uh-huh. He says worriedly, as anyone would with that kind of obvious blow.
But I'll see you after class.
Yeah, I look forward to it.
Okay. All right, bye. And then she sweeps up her book. She's completely forgotten that she thought that they were heavy before, and like runs out.
Cool.
Alyssa is standing awkwardly in the hallway.
Do we run into each other?
Maybe not like full on run into each other, but Alyssa just kind of like is approaching the classroom, sees you running out, and is just like, hi.
You okay?
My cat is like being silly, so sorry. I had to. Anyway,
So silly.
hi.
That was it. That's all I had to say. It was just hi.
Oh. Well, I thought we had a really great conversation in chemistry. I think we work really well together. Maybe it means that we'll work well together after school too. So where are we meeting? Are we going to the library or the bookstore?
I think the library, and I think we're meeting in the parking lot.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool. Hey, just quick question. If you had the chance to save the world, but you weren't sure if you could do it, what would you do?
Do you always go around asking people such hard questions?
No, just people I'm spending time with after school now.
Oh. Well, I guess I would give it a good try.
Cool.
Because there are people that I like in the world.
Yeah.
Are there people that you like in the world?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
And Alyssa will turn around and start walking the other way.
And yeah, Jillian walks the other way.
Jillian, as you start walking, your phone's like...
All right, she does the whole facial recognition thing.
Yeah, Billy, Sue, and Sirloin all want to know all about your day, as you've clearly, openly been spending it with Jonathan Dalkey.
Oh.
And you can imagine the private messages you are getting from all three of them. In group chat, individually, if you don't want to tell the others, but you can just tell me, that's fine. So many messages.
Sirloin. Yeah, she texts back, I think in the group chat. Oh my gosh, I probably just failed math, but I had a great time with John! Exclamation mark. He wants to meet up after school! Exclamation mark.
Oh my god, shut up. That's so amazing. Make sure you make sure you're safe. Do you want one of us to come with you?
No,
Does this mean you're going out?
She puts like really big N-O exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. We're just talking. As the kids say.
I think you get 3 messages. Uh-huh, sure, and tell me more.
Okay, I'm almost late for my next class. I'll tell you guys later.
It's break! As you put your phone away. Because of time, school is a lot of fun, but it takes a lot of time. I'd like to continue hanging out in school today. But I would like to do that in 2 sections. So what I'd like to do at the moment is flash forward, and then we'll flash back to lunchtime next week, if that's cool with everyone.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, we will be skipping over the journey and the Jillian-John conversation. We'll get to that next week as we finish off the school day. I would like you all to be heading towards the library. The library does not have parking. So you're going to have to park elsewhere and walk.
Well, we have to take the bus because Serena has plans for milkshakes. Or we thought. So, I guess we are waiting for Jillian to show up after school because Lila and I are there and Jillian is not. And during that time, Alyssa just kind of like, so, if you had a chance to save the world, but didn't know if you could do it, what would you do?
Yes. Yeah. Why would you not? Like, you get to be a hero, and even if you don't succeed, success doesn't make the hero. Helping people makes the hero.
You know, I haven't figured out what the right answer is to that question, but I feel like that gets pretty darn close.
Why? What would you say? What other answers have you heard?
I would say that I would risk anything and give up anything if I could save the world. And I guess if I'm gonna have friends again, maybe I would like them to believe the same thing.
Do you have a friends questionnaire? I'm not judging. I've seen those. I'm pretty good at them.
No, it's not really like it's not a questionnaire so much as it's just honest. It's only just the one question, and I appreciate your answer.
Do I get to ask you a question now?
You can.
I think at that point, just as you get to "Can I ask a question?" that's when Jillian arrives.
Yeah.
Because we're literally playing Saved by the Bell now.
Hey guys. Hey. Sorry I'm late.
Hey, so bus.
Bus.
Once we're all kind of together, I'll start walking towards the bus stop that's like down the street.
Follow after.
Fast, because it actually probably comes by this stop in like 5 minutes, and we were gonna have like 15 minutes, but then Jillian was late.
Yeah, she races after them.
So we hop on the bus, ride over to the library. Alyssa doesn't really know how to interact with people on the ride. So she doesn't.
Nobody should ever talk on the bus. I'm just gonna say that out of character.
Yeah.
Nobody should ever have a conversation.
So
Lila also ascribes to that, and so she does not. She sits in her seat, looking out the window.
So we're saying that the buses in this city are much like the tube on the underground. To have conversations is weird.
Yeah.
Got it. True facts. When you get off the bus and start heading towards the library, you have to pass a few alleyways on this block. And by the first alley, you will hear a loud scream. A cry for help.
We're still on a moving bus?
No, you'll be walking at this point.
Okay. Sorry.
That's okay.
Alyssa immediately looks that direction.
Jillian pulls out her black leather jacket to put it on so no one recognizes her.
Lila's already got her mask. Ready to go. Can we see anything down the alleyway?
You can hear someone going, "Help me! Help!" And the sound of a whip cracking.
Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah. Alyssa will duck down into the alleyway and I guess pull up a hood because that's secret.
Jillian charges right in because that's her style.
As you
Lila,
get down,
come on.
go on.
Just Lila's running right now at this point behind Jillian.
As you get down this alley, you can see a man cowering, sort of saying, "Look, I'll give you anything I want." In front of him is what looks like a masked villain, all in black leather with a whip.
And Jillian says, stop right there.
And they look over their shoulder and towards you, and they're just like, "Beat it, kid."
Lila would like to, as soon as she's in range, she'd like to teleport right next to the person with the whip and try and grab the whip and teleport away to disarm him.
Please use your freak to unleash your powers. It goes off exactly as you planned. You teleport next to them, grab the whip, and leave. They stumble over in shock, and
I will support that by just like sliding my fingers out, and they like turn into water, and it essentially creates I shoot a puddle of water like right behind their other foot as they're caught off balance, so that it's slick when their foot comes back down.
The victim, a young man, is like, "Oh, no more supers!" and makes to try and run away. He's almost certainly seen your faces. Or at least, definitely Jillian's. You didn't put a mask on, right?
Nope. Just pulled on my black leather jacket.
You can let him run. I'm not saying you have to do anything. I'm just, letting you know things that might have effects later on.
Jillian grabs him and says, "Hey, I'm really sorry," and then punches him in the face.
Oh dear God!
So he gets knocked out and doesn't remember.
Would you like to freak out? Unleash your powers?
Yeah. It's not like a super hard, like he's gonna like bash his head in, but it's enough to like knock him out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, on a 9, this innocent is knocked out. Seeing you, Jillian, who is quite small, right?
No, I'm really tall. I'm
Really
like 6 feet tall.
Yes, I remember now. Yes, 6 feet tall and all that. They sort of like look and
Xena warrior princess.
yeah. This person's like, "Okay, listen. I don't really have any superpowers. Just don't hurt me. Just show me your licenses and I'll come quietly."
So you just walk around with a whip?
Wear a mask and people think you're a super.
Well, you're gonna have to answer for impersonating a super. You know that, right?
Look, I'll 100% come quietly. Just show me your licenses and we can get this all over with.
I don't think that will be necessary.
Do we think a danger roll directly engaging? Okay. So 7 is sort of a mixed success. Look, I know you can take me in without your licenses, but you're gonna have to show the police officers anyway, and you are licensed, aren't you?
Of course we're licensed. What should I roll to lie to him really terribly?
Savior?
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. They're not gonna disagree with you. But they do. The negative section of this is, oh, good, because, you know, if you weren't licensed, then you'd be performing criminal acts.
I think it's pretty clear which one of us is the criminal here. And Lila's kind of standing with her, power pose, hands on the hips, and trying to be as tall as she can.
Okay, no, you're right. You all win. Do you have cuffs or something, or?
Jill sidles up to Lila, is like, what do we do?
Lila's gonna gesture for him to put his hands together.
They do?
And then she's gonna take the whip and just kind of wrap it around his wrists.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna go hand you over to the cops. I was gonna say the po-po and decided not to.
Alyssa has her fingers back now. And she kind of sidles over to Jillian and whispers, so how do you want to play this?
I say we bring this guy to the hospital.
Okay.
And this other guy to the police.
And then they ask for licenses?
And then we bluff.
Hey, think you could knock this one out too? Then we could
Okay.
just dump him at the police station.
Good idea. And I punch him in the face too. Freak?
Yeah, freak, please. There's really no need. So now that they're unconscious, you know that they are telling the truth. The reason you're all studying for your licenses is because it is very illegal to hunt criminals without a license.
Oops.
Oh, citizen's arrest doesn't exist in Star City?
Not for supers, not since the whole registration thing.
He goofed up.
I say we call 911 and go on our way.
Yeah, no, I'm actually genuinely fine with that.
I'm okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait. Does anyone here do theater?
No.
No, theater's stupid.
Are there any shops nearby?
Sure, what are you looking for?
Just like a shop. Just like a place with a person with a landline.
Yes, you can see a corner. It says authentic Malaysian bagels.
Okay. I'm gonna motion at Lila and Jill to go, and then I'm gonna take my hood down as I run out to the Malaysian bagels place and say, please help, my cell phone is dead and there's someone screaming in the alleyway. Someone's gotta call 911.
Hey, calm down. Sure, I can help you. What's going on? This
I
guy's
just need to
clearly
call
very
911.
911. Oh, okay. Well, 911. Yeah, you can come around and use my phone.
Okay. I'll go around and use the phone and call 911.
It sort of stands close to you whilst you're using it.
Yep. Yep. Hello? 911.
Emergency response. State your emergency.
I was just walking to the library and I heard,
police, ambulance, or fire?
I don't know, I heard someone screaming. Ambulance, maybe?
We'll put you through to the police.
Okay.
It dials for a second. Star City Police, state your emergency.
Hi, I was walking to the library and I heard screaming from an alleyway. I think someone might be hurt.
Okay, we can send a squad car around. What's the address?
I give them the intersection. Like the nearest intersection, wherever the bus stop was.
Okay, we'll send someone for a drive-by.
Thank you so much. I'm really worried about them.
And they sort of hang up the phone.
Cool. And then I just turn to the bagel dude and I'm like, okay, thanks, bye. And then I leave.
You're welcome. I didn't hear any screaming.
By this time, Jillian has like taken off her jacket and she just looks like she's a high school girl walking.
Are they nearby? Because Alyssa comes and like drags them towards the library quicker.
Did you call the police?
I did.
Okay, let's go. We can't be associated with them.
I know.
It's not until about 45 minutes later, though, when you're already in the library, that you hear a whoop whoop as a police car does a drive-by.
Of course.
Serena, how's that milkshake date going?
I think it's like sufficiently awkward.
Do you meet at the Shake Shack, or?
I think I said I was gonna meet her in the school parking lot and drive us over there.
Okay. Hi.
Hi. I'm cold, and being cold makes me yawn. I don't know why. It's a thing.
Okay, I have a sneezing fit. We're all good.
Hi, Maddie. Let's go.
Yeah.
I think she would just kind of drive over there and be like, so, you headed out after class pretty quickly earlier.
Yeah, I kind of did. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I was just surprised. What were you up to?
Mostly still thinking about you know, colleges and stuff, and you know, you getting a job, a paid placement at the Daily Trumpet, that's really impressive. And sorry, I think I kind of freaked out a little bit today.
Oh. Yeah, I was really excited. I had kind of hoped we'd have celebratory milkshakes. But,
Yeah, totally. We can totally have celebratory milkshakes. That sounds great. And I assume, are you like in the mail room or doing tea services?
I'm sorry, Kelly doesn't follow.
She's asking if you've got a partnership at a much lower placed job than a journalist, which is what you've been offered. So, like, are you helping out make tea, or working in the mail room, or?
I don't know if I would have called yet. So I don't really know how to answer. I think she'd just be like, well, I don't know yet, but
You haven't called them yet?
no. I'll call after this.
Stop the
I need to
car!
get this-
Stop the car! Stop the car! Call them now! What are you doing?
I wanted to get through spending time with you first. But
And she like crosses
okay.
her arms for a second and looks at you. Get through spending time with me first?
No, I mean, sorry, that was a bad choice of words. I just wanted to make sure that I was focused on getting to spend time with you and focused on our us time and not distracted.
Serena, how can we have celebratory milkshakes if you don't know for certain you've got the job yet? I'll be really quiet.
Okay. And she would take out her cell phone and call the number that the lady gave her on the phone.
Hello, Daily Trumpet.
Hi, this is Serena Carter. I am responding to a call I received late last night about an internship.
Oh, excellent. I'll put you through to Bernard Brown Brotherson's office.
Excellent.
It dials a couple of times, and then there is the familiar female voice. It says, Mrs. Carter. Mr. Brotherson isn't in the office at the moment, but I can certainly help you. Have you thought more about the position?
Yes, and I would definitely like to accept. Once I know more, and obviously I still have to finish out the school year, so I'll have to work around my hours, but the woman I spoke to on the phone last night said that shouldn't be a problem.
Okay. You're still yes, that was me. Hi.
Oh, hi.
So you're fine. So this it would be a full-time position. But we can be flexible until the end of your school year. You're not the first person we've employed during the school year. We can give you freelance work until the end of the school year, and then we'll put you back into a full-time position with an office at the place.
What, my own office?
It should be. Most people get their own office. I suppose that's the nice thing about the freelance period is we get a chance to sample some of your work. We don't pay by word, we pay by story. So the bigger the story, the bigger the payout.
Okay, so who do I contact about submitting stories for freelance and
Oh, you could just drop them in. It'd be great to meet you before we confirm everything.
Okay,
It'd be great for you to meet Mr. Brotherson as well. Can you be free tomorrow at 11 a.m.?
Is tomorrow a weekend or a weekday?
It's a weekday.
Well, I am in class at that time. But if that's his only availability, I could call in sick.
Oh, it looks like we've just had a cancellation this evening. He's on his diary right now. Could you come in at 6?
Tonight?
Tonight. It's like half 4, maybe coming up for 5.
Yeah, I can come in tonight if that's his only availability. I think she would mouth at Maddie like, I told you I would call later.
Great. Well, we look forward to seeing you then.
Yes, that's wonderful. I will see you in an hour or so. Thank you. Like, not that phones click anymore.
No, but I had to give you a signal that they'd hung up, and I can't do a dial tone very well. Maddie's sitting there. So, how did it go?
It went fine. They said that I can do freelance until the end of the school year, and that once the school year's over, then I can probably start full time with my own office, but I have to go in tonight to meet them.
So you'd be a journalist?
Yeah. I said it was a journalism internship.
That's awesome! That's awesome. That's really awesome.
It's also really scary. Oh boy, I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, we don't have any time for milkshakes. You can't go to your interview dressed like that.
I don't know. Will you come help me figure out what to wear?
Yes. Thinking about it, let's not go to your place. Let's go to mine.
It's a good idea. Oh, crap. I have to text Alyssa. Hold on one second. I'm not going to be able to pick her up from the studying.
There's no time. You drive, I'll text. And she takes your phone.
Oh, okay.
Alyssa, you get a text while you're in the library. It says, "Hi, it's Maddie. Serena can't do the thing she said."
Okay.
Interview.
Okay. Oh. Okay. So turns out Serena can't come pick us up.
So does this mean that she's not coming at all?
Yeah, I think that's kind of the impression I got. Let's just see if we can find the Demonomicon and then maybe catch the bus home before it gets too late.
Yeah, and then I guess we could like go to the bookstore some other time?
Well, I mean, if the library has it, then we're set, right?
It's true. Do you think we can look in their catalog for like the demon section?
Yeah, let's go over to the library computer and look up the Demonomicon in the directory.
Before we get any results from that, I would like to head back into the car with Serena. Serena, as you get back to Maddie's place, Maddie, you will notice her wardrobe. You've always kind of noticed, but maybe this is the first time you've noticed how suitable every single outfit in her wardrobe would be for a journalist. Pencil skirts, blazers, trousers, the whole thing. And she's going to kit you out in a very nice suit for this interview.
Which is very different than Serena's t-shirt or graphic tees and jeans. Thanks. This is gonna go okay, right?
You're going to do fine. What's the worst that can happen? I met your old boss.
I mean, they could meet me and be like, oh no, never mind. and then I'd be back with the old boss, and also not be going to college.
You'll be fine. Come on, let's get you down there. There's no time. Go, 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 go.
Ah!
And we'll smash cut forward into the office. Serena, you enter. Obviously, Maddie stayed behind. And you see a white-haired woman with a tan who greets you. It's not like a fake tan. It looks like a natural tan, despite it being winter. And she smiles and says, Serena Carter.
That's me.
Excellent. Just head right on in. Don't worry about Mr. Brotherson. And you can hear shouting in the office. The shouting in the office sounds a lot like... Neutral Chaos Save City! I can't print this! No one's gonna read it! Come on!
And Serena would like straighten up, and she looks a little bit uncomfortable in this outfit, and head on back.
And as you head in, you can see him going, right! Move page 1 to page 6. Get me a new story for page 1, and get rid of whatever the hell was on page 6. It was a sponsored ad from them. Well, move it to page 8. They'll charge. I don't care! And who the hell are you?
Hi, sir. I'm Serena Carter. I believe I am the new freelance journalist that you've hired. Hopefully.
Great! Perfect! I need stories. What have you got?
Well, sir, there's some rumors going around about the fact that Undertow may not have actually stopped a super criminal team, but rather gone off on some local people. There's also some intriguing...
Whoa! That's dynamite! Write it! I want 1,000 words. On my desk. 3 hours.
Got it. Yes, sir.
This is for print tomorrow. Go! And that's where we're going to wrap up this evening.
Dang. Oh man, nothing came up on the Demonomicon search.
I punched
You-
2 people. I'm
You
not
don't know
mad.
that. Yeah, you don't know that
I
either,
I know, but that means I have to make progress every session or else.
Renna.
Or else.
It's just or else. So it's the or else this week, I guess.
Oh, noes.
Oh gosh.
But we're good. We're fine. Don't worry about it. It was just a little doom and gloom. That's all.
Well, so far that makes 1 week progress, 1 week no progress, 1 week progress, 1 week no progress.
Yes, that's true. It's every other week.
How many doom things do you have to fill in before you get to the end?
We're fine. Don't worry about it.
I just looked at your doom track. Fine.
No, we're fine.
Sorry, punching the mic again.
I, in fact, know how this works.
Yes, yeah, we're fine.
Totally
Good.
fine.
Well, everyone, that was it for today's episode. I hope you all enjoyed it. Next week, we'll go back to school to start off with, and we'll flick back to the Demonomicon search and Serena's frantic typing later on. Teehee. How's everyone feeling?
Good. High school's hard, man. Hard to be back.
I don't know any math.
I don't know calculus at all. Never took it.
It's like literally all I studied.
Awkward conversations. It's making me look back fondly and not miss it at all.
That.
Everyone else? We all good?
Yeah, I can't wait to
Good.
see the Jillian Jonathan conversation next week. So curious, and I
Oh,
cannot wait to see if we find the Demonomicon and yada yada. So
Cool.
Yeah.
Can't wait to act out more awkward teen drama. So glad I'm not 10 years or so younger anymore.
Same though.
Hard same.
Isn't everyone the same though? Although to be fair, even 10 years ago, I'm pushing it now. I think I was working by then. Oh, feels all of a sudden hitting me. Yes. As we leave, a familiar shadow, a suit hanging half out in the light, simply says, "Did you plant the devices successfully?" And we'll see you next week.
What?
See you next week, I guess.
Keep on evoking emotions, everyone. We'll be back in half an hour with Eden, and we'll be back tomorrow next week at 7 p.m. with more Just Because You Can, for more awkward teen drama, some superhero stuff, and then lots of foreboding, which eventually Scrat will pull together into some kind of plot. Promise. Keep on evoking emotions, everyone. We'll see you next time. Bye.
See you soon for Eden. Bye.
Oh yeah, we're not doing a raid.